I thought to myself, I gotta take this massing like a man. I gotta stay 10 toes down for the game. But then I also thought I could outrun him. So I started booking it. I am running for my life. So this story takes place back in the 10th grade, which is also the same time my best friend stole my girl from me, so you already know I'm tight. Not sure why I mentioned that, because that has absolutely nothing to do with this story, but link in the description, go check it out. Anyways, back then we used to do a lot of dumb shit. One of those things in particular was this thing called massing. Now to give a definition of what that is, I would just say is the equivalent of getting jumped, with a twist. You see, the jumping we all know is the one that's done with malicious intent. The one that leaves you absolutely beaten and renders you useless. Massing, on the other hand, it's absolutely the same thing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The only difference is it might not necessarily be done with malicious intent. I don't really know if that makes that justifiable or not, but you know, that was the logic, I guess. So let's say you passed an exam or a test that majority of the class failed. You're getting jumped. Oh, it's your birthday? You're getting jumped. You're getting jumped. So I think it's fair to say that this phenomenon called massing, which is just jumping, literally has no bounds. So on one gloomy afternoon, we're in last period, I remember there was such a weird vibe in the classroom. I mean, you had people looking all zoned out. You had people looking like they were ready to give up on life. Shit, you had people looking like they were hooked on some crack. Now me, on the other hand, I was doing what I usually do. You know, I'm taking a nap, so I wasn't subjected to what everybody else was subjected to. And they were subjected to one of the worst classes to have for our last period before school was out for the day. I think it was like French or something, but you know, ain't nobody pay attention to that class. So you already know they tight. So the bell goes off and class is over, and I make my way out of the building with the biggest grin on my face because I am well rested, I am energetic, I am good, I'm ready to attack the rest of the day. I paused. I looked to my left, and I noticed a couple of my classmates leaning against the wall, peeking, almost looking like they were stalking me. I wonder what this is about. It's kind of odd. I don't know. So I paid it no mind, and I eventually make my way out of the building, and as I'm walking, somebody pushes me to the ground while my back is turned, so I have no idea who it is. I get up and I notice damn near half of the classroom behind me. I'm like, shit. I instantly knew what was about to happen. So I thought to myself, I gotta take this massing like a man. I gotta stay 10 toes down for the game. But then I also thought I could outrun him. So I started booking it. I am running for my life. And they are chasing right behind me, and they are moving with the speed of light. But you know, I said I'm black, I can run, but they black too, so it doesn't really matter. Our speed equals out each other. So I am running. And eventually I trip and I fall like a white girl in a horror movie, and they all pounced on me and they beat my ass. Oh, they left no stone unturned. They beat me back. So the dust settles, and I'm on the ground, beaten and defeated in battle. Dirt and a little blood stains on my shirt. The impact of the kicking and the punches still ringing across my body, and the pain coursing through my very existence. With all of that going on, I needed to get up on my 2 feet because it would show my classmates that I could take a beating. Because not only would it garner me some respect, but it will also let my classmates know that I ain't one to play with. I ain't no pushover, like, you know, I'm a motherfucking gangster. So as I'm struggling to get up on my 2 feet, I'm hoping that I'm going to be received with daps, praises, hugs, that I just took this ass whooping and I'm still standing 10 toes down. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because before I could even get up, these motherfuckers was already jumping somebody else. But here's the thing, the person they were jumping was a person aiding them in jumping me. So one thing I forgot to mention is that if you are partaking in jumping someone, you, my friend, are also opening yourself to being jumped. Hey, I don't make the rules, I'm just reporting it. All it took was somebody in the kerfuffle, The kerfuffle, man, y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, all you needed was somebody in the midst of the chaos to call you out. Now the attention draws to you and you are the new subject of said jumping. Now personally, I never partook in any of the jumping because I never derived joy from inflicting physical harm to somebody. But that was just me. I just observed it from a distance. It was entertaining, but I just got caught slipping for sleeping in class on that day. So, yeah. Now, the new victim of this jumping had it worse than I did because people were using ties, belts, whatever they could find to beat this boy's ass. I don't know what he did, but they beat him like he stole some money. It got so bad that there was like an actual serious fight that came out of it, and because the fight was so serious, I guess that kind of gave like a sign, okay, we might need to just chill out on this for the day. So eventually everything cools down and everybody goes home. The next day rolls around, I'm in class and I'm waiting for the first period to begin, and I kid you not, about 10 minutes before the first period was about to start, I instantly fall sick, like literally out of nowhere. I couldn't figure out why because it was so bad. I start thinking maybe it's because I got jumped the previous day and it also rained, so it could have been a combination of both the rain and the pains and the aches. So I go to the nurse's office and honestly I can't really remember what happened in there. What I do remember is her telling me to just lay down and rest, and honestly everything was a blur. I think I might have passed out because I don't remember shit. Next thing I do remember was her waking me up and telling me that I need to go downstairs. My mom's waiting on me and she's about to take me to the hospital, and that whole experience, that whole day was such a long, painful, nerve-wracking day, and we will get to that in another video, not this one. So I'm not really sure if there's like a moral to the story, but if I were to give one, it would have to be addressing the part where I mentioned a person helping a group of people jump someone and those group of people end up jumping you. I do believe there's a lesson in that you can apply to your everyday life, and that lesson would be very cautious of the people you work with. Just because you work with them don't mean they have your best interest in mind, because those be the same people plotting on your downfall. And remember, you can't trust every smile you meet. For the people who've made it this far into the video, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. You know I gotta get on the algorithm, so help your boy out. You know, just leave a like, man. Leave a like, it's free. I'd really appreciate it, man. So, you know, just hit that like, man, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm out.
"君を待った」